DELTAGEN 2018X Video Tutorial Basics. Number 2. Object Types. Welcome to 3DEXCITE DELTAGEN. In this video, we will show you the different types of objects that exist in DELTAGEN. Number 1. Camera. Every scene in DELTAGEN has at least one camera. It is located on top of the scene tree and is the object that is rendering the image in the viewer. Number 2. Headlight. The headlight is the default light source in DELTAGEN. It is attached to the camera so that it will always illuminate the scene from your viewing perspective. As soon as you start creating your own light setup, you should turn this light off. Number 3. Scene node. Everything that is not a camera or the headlight must be placed somewhere inside the scene hierarchy, starting with the scene node. Number 4. Directional, spot, and point light. Dynamic light sources are the primary available sources for lighting. There are 3 types and they all essentially work the same way, but have different types of dispersion. The first, directional light, simulates sunlight. The rays are parallel and have unlimited range. For this reason, a directional light source's position isn't relevant. Its direction determines the perspective angle from which it will light the scene. The remaining 2 light sources, spotlight and point light, radiate light from a fixed point in the scene determined by the light's position. Between the 2, the spotlight has a limited angle. Light sources will only affect objects in their hierarchy and below their level. This means it's possible to have different light compositions for different branches within the same scene tree structure. Number 5. Local surrounding image-based lighting. There is a 4th type of lighting in the list. It creates light by using an HDR image. This requires the user to load an appropriately named image file to make it work properly. Using a local surrounding is a quick and easy way to achieve realistic lighting in a scene. Reflective materials in the scene will also be affected by reflecting the image as a texture on the surface of the material. The option exists to set the image to visible and therefore use it as a realistic environment for the scene. Also, this light source will only affect objects in its hierarchy and below its level. This means there can be different light setups for different branches in the scene tree structure. Number 6. Group. A group in DELTAGEN is a container for setting up a particular hierarchy. A group can contain objects of any kind and can also hold characteristics like transformations and referencing, affecting all objects in it. Number 7. Body. NURBS geometry always has a body object as the first object in its hierarchy. The body object is responsible for recognizing the topology and for keeping all singular pieces of a surface connected. Number 8. Shell or polygon. A body object always has at least one shell object in it. It contains the material, mapping, and illumination settings being applied to the geometry. The associated object for polygon geometry is a polygon object. Number 9. NURBS patch. A NURBS patch is one piece of NURBS geometry. More complex NURBS objects consist of a larger number of single NURBS patches. Because we are using a simple sphere, this object consists of just one NURBS patch. Number 10, linked file. Linked files are separate external files connected to the scene. They can remain unloaded and be loaded manually as necessary to save loading time and enhance performance. Determine how linked files are handled when loading a scene containing them in the software preferences. Number 11, switch. A switch object is used to toggle between associated content. For example, if there are two different variations of the same objects, put them in a switch object to switch between them instantly.